POV, you're attacking a medieval castle and you decide to storm the weakest point, the gate. Is the weakest point because it's not a giant stone wall. And in a lot of movies, they just kind of show them busting the doors in really quickly. However, what they don't normally show in a lot of these castle sieges, they actually would have dumped tons and tons of earth behind that door so that it wouldn't have budged. Not only that, but there would have been multiple layers of doors, especially on a good castle. Now, there was cheaper castles, obviously. However, if there was a good castle, there would have been a lot of layers that you would have had to get to before. On top of that, you got things like matriculations and murder holes. What are those? Well, they're holes that you dump stuff down or you shoot stuff through. So if a guy was running underneath here trying to beat down the door, or maybe he just did, well, they're going to be dumping boiling water, super hot sand, tar, all kinds of crazy, gross, terrible things that they're going to be dumping down here. Maybe they're stabbing you with spears through these holes. And overall, it's just not going to be a good time. Now, obviously, the defenders are also going to try and come up with ways to protect themselves. And then even if you get through the first door, there's probably going to be multiple behind it. And then, like I said, they're probably going to pile up a whole bunch of dirt or other debris behind the door. So even if you manage to somehow break a hole through the door, you still have to then break the whole rest of the door down and then dig yourself through. And then on the other side, they're probably going to have a secondary fence line put up with spikes and protection. And then there's going to be archers and there's going to be dudes with spears and they're going to be ready to get after you as soon as you get through that. So by actually getting through the walls, you still haven't completely defeated the castle because they're still going to be going after you as you run up to the castle up until you take the walls, the parapets, the gatehouse around it. You're still going to be under fire that whole time. And then once you get inside, up until the point in which you push the enemy further back, you're still going to be dealing with a lot of stuff.